Good evening and welcome to Back to School Night for the 2018-19 school year. Tonight you will follow your child's schedule. The purpose is to meet your child's teacher and get an overview of the course. Please refrain from getting into conversations about your child with the teacher as we are keeping to a tight schedule. You can always make an appointment through your child's counselor to meet with your teacher at a later date. Tonight's schedule will run straight through blocks 1 through 8, and there is no lunch or designated study hall. To assist you in navigating the schedule, please take a pen or a pencil out and mark your child's matrix schedule as shown here. Blocks 1 through 3 are the first 3 blocks in the morning on day A, and block 4 meets the first block of day B. Blocks 5 through 7 meet after that lunch designated study time on day A, and block 8 is the first block after that lunch designated study time on day B. If all else fails, there will be plenty of students from SHIP and the Key Club to assist you in navigating your way through the evening. Refreshments are available in the cafeteria, so if your child has a study hall during one of the blocks, please grab something and join us just outside of the cafeteria in the mall area where you can meet our administrators, guidance staff, and child study team. Also joining us this evening are members of the Board of Education, Shelley Crisologo, John Roccaroni, and Thomas Roll. When it comes to state testing, please remember that the class of 2020, the current juniors, are required to pass the Algebra 1 and English Language Arts 10 PARCC assessments. If they have not met proficiency by passing those tests, they must sit for all of the PARCC assessments given from their freshman to their junior year in order to use an alternative assessment such as the SAT, ACT, or PSAT to meet proficiency in order to graduate. When it comes to the classes of 2021 and 2022, the current sophomores and freshmen, they must pass the Algebra 1 and English Language Arts 10 assessments in order to meet their graduation requirement. Final exams are always given at the end of the year, and this year, just like last, there will be 2 finals a day over the course of 4 days. The final exam is 10% of a student's overall grade, making each marking period worth 22.5%. In times of emergency, the district applies the standard response protocol. There are 4 standard responses: lockdown, lockout, evacuate, and shelter. In these types of emergencies, I know it is a parental instinct to come immediately to get your child. I am asking that you do not come to Voorhees when there is an emergency situation at the school. The campus will be closed, and we do not want Route 513 becoming a parking lot, making it difficult for emergency personnel to access the school, as every second counts in these situations. Voorhees State Park is also not an option, as we also need to keep this clear for any buses to reunify students at an off-site facility. Last year, we did have a lockout event, and parents, I gotta say, you did a great job for not rushing to the school and trusting us to take care of your kids. Thank you very much for doing so. The Voorhees High School Education Foundation has given many contributions to the school throughout the years. Please contact me if you would like to get involved in the Education Foundation and their support of Voorhees High School. I would like to give a huge congratulations to our unified program here at Voorhees. Last week, they received the recognition as a unified champion school from the men and women of Special Olympics New Jersey and Special Olympics International. Thank you to our dedicated staff and students for all of their hard work and passion that led to this magnificent accomplishment. We all know that this is just the beginning of greater things to come. 3 years ago, we started the Community Health and Wellness Education Series in our ever-continuing commitment to support our students and community in as many ways possible. We will continue to offer these programs to the North Hunterdon and Voorhees communities again this year and for years to come. Please be on the lookout for information on topics, dates, and times for these important events. Last year, we created our strategic plan for the next 5 years. This plan was created with stakeholders throughout the district. One of the areas of focus was on the health and wellness of our students. So let me offer my final thought for this year's broadcast. Technology is a wonderful thing. I personally love it and I'm always looking for the next big advancement. However, I do recognize that it needs to be balanced, managed, and more importantly, understood as far as its possible harmful effects. Yes, laptops and cell phones can improve timely communication and information, but not necessarily effective communication and information. Social media shows us a distorted view of real life. Let me ask you this. How many times do you get caught up in friends' lives on social media and say to yourself, wow, look at their lives. They travel here, go to this event or that event. Meanwhile, I'm busting my hump at work. Tell me you don't start feeling stressed or depressed a bit. I know I do. You start to fall into that grass is always greener mentality. Our children deal with this same reality. However, they are not as equipped to deal with the stress that it creates inside of them. Add to it that others use this same platform for the complete opposite reason. They use a false bravado, or as I like to call it, text muscles, Twitter muscles, Facebook muscles, although they really don't use Facebook anymore, to make negative comments to others. There's no middle ground where reality lies when it comes to social media and the internet. Our kids need to know that both of these ends are the extreme. The truth lies in the middle. Not to mention that if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. Add to that every time we get a tweet, a post, or a text, a dopamine effect hits the brain. So now the student who was trying to focus on homework or go to sleep is interrupted. Experts say that it takes an average of 15 minutes to regain complete refocus on a task after being interrupted with a tweet or a text. And that the light from a cell phone will trick the body into a waking type of state. So now the work is taking that much longer than it should, and our sleep is interrupted. Experts also say that the #1 leading cause of stress is lack of sleep. Now, I'm not saying that they shouldn't be using social media or messaging each other, but please have those important conversations with your kids about what they see and what is affecting them so that we can guide them safely through these critical years of their lives, preferably around the dinner table with no electronics. And when it is time for schoolwork and sleep, a healthy choice is no cell phones in the room. Thank you and have a wonderful evening.